Welcome back to a new video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build an Alexa type application using OpenAI APIs. So how it works is it's called Junior, and when we say, "Hey Junior," who won the NBA Finals in 1995?
Please wait. Getting
So
response.
notice how the light turns on when I'm speaking to it. So that's how we know.
The Houston Rockets won the NBA Finals in 1995.
And then notice how the light turns off when the application is done. Alright guys, so you just had the demo of how the app works, and now I'm going to show you guys like what's the process to build this app, and what the different components that we're going to need to build it. So there's three main things that we're going to need. We're going to need some type of code that can go to the ChatGPT API and get that response, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make that. We also need the Arduino, and we need to actually build it. Well, not build the Arduino, but we need to be able to connect it to the computer and build the code that's going to turn the light on and off. And then the last part, we need a speech recognizer to recognize the speech and then send it to the API. And we also need a function to speak the response, right? So those are the three things that we're going to be needing. All right, so what's going to happen is you're going to speak to the computer, right? And maybe later on you can build this as like a machine on an actual like an Alexa. But right now we're just going to be using a computer, and that's connected to our Arduino, right, through our USB. And when you say like, "Hey Junior," right, Junior GPT, which is the app and the website that I made that basically is like a kid's version of ChatGPT. It's completely free, and you can use it, and that's the link to that's going to be in the description. But basically, what you're going to say is you're going to be like, "Hey Junior," and then only when you say "Hey Junior," it's going to listen to whatever comes after that, and it's going to send that to the API, right, of OpenAI, and this is it's free. You get $5 for free for 3 months, I think. When you just log on, so you can use this API for free, and then it's gonna return the response to the computer. It's gonna use our text to speech, right? Our text to speech, and then it's going to talk the output, right? And then make sure that this light is on when it's listening to you, and then it turns off right after it's given its response, right? So that's how our app's gonna look. Now let's get into building it. All right, guys. So I just talked about like how this application is going to work out and the three different components that we're going to need. So we're gonna need our Arduino, right? And what this Arduino is gonna do, as I said, is it's going to be kind of telling us when our Alexa or our Junior GPT is listening to us. So, for example, in an Alexa, the light turns like blue when it's listening to you, so you know when to speak. This light is going to just turn on when it recognizes that you said, "Hey Alexa," "Hey Junior," right? So when you said its name, it's going to recognize, and it's going to then only listen to what you're saying, right? And then you know that it's listening to you because the light's on. You say what you want to say, and it's going to convert whatever you're saying into text. It's going to send it to the OpenAI API. It's going to get a response, and it's just going to speak it out, right? So then once it's spoken it out, it's going to just stop the light. It's just going to turn it off, right? So the first thing that we want to build is we want to actually build the recognizer of the speech. So we want to use uh, two different libraries, speech recognition, and that's going to use PyAudio to actually recognize what our speech is and convert it into text, right? So we can just install this by saying pip install speech recognition. And then, as I said, speech recognition uses PyAudio. So we're not going to be using PyAudio, but speech recognition uses PyAudio. And you actually install speech recognition with a capital R and a capital P. So you can see the requirements are already satisfied, but it should install something for you if you haven't already installed it. All right, so now all we need to do is you just need to say import speech recognition. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to create a recognizer. So we can just say recognizer is equal to speech recognition dot recognizer. Alright, so this is just going to be kind of our main recognizer that we're going to use later. So now we can just say with speech recognition dot microphone. So we want to use the microphone, and we want to call this our mic. Alright, so now we've got our mic, and now this audio we want to say recognizer, right? We want to listen to this audio, right? And now we want to convert this into text. So we're just going to call this audio, right? And we want to be able to convert this audio into text. So now we can say our text is equal to our audio dot get this correct function. Oh, sorry. It's going to be our recognizer dot Google recognize Google, and then we're going to pass our audio. So we are first we initialize our recognizer, and then we're just getting our mic. We're listening to this mic, getting that audio, and we want to use this recognizer and recognize Google audio. So this recognize Google is just one function to recognize our audio. There's different ones, like I think there's a recognize Amazon. There's a recognize Bing, and there's a bunch of different recognizers. But today we're just going to be using the recognize Google. All right, and now all we want to do is we just want to print out this text. Okay, so now let's just run this. Hopefully this works. All right, so let's just talk, and then when it's seen that we're done talking, it's just going to stop and it's going to print the text. All right, so when I stopped talking, it's just printed out everything I said. So I said, hopefully this works, and whatever I said is converted pretty well. All right, so now we know that we can convert our audio into text. So now all we need to do is we just need to convert this text, and we just need to pass it into our OpenAI, right? All right, so we just have our API.py open, and this is all that we're going to need to use the OpenAI API. Now, it's really simple. All we're doing is we just have this function, and we're passing our question. And now we just want to set our API key. And this is probably the most important part. How you get your API keys, you have to sign up for OpenAI. And we can just do that from here. So just open up a new window. And here you just want to say openai.com. OpenAI.com. And here you just want to sign up for an account. Right, so I already have an account, and once you've signed up, you can just go to API, click personal, and click manage account. Then here we can go to our API keys, and we can create a new API key. Right? Then all we want to do is we want to copy this key, and we just put it into this OpenAI key. Now on this account, I don't have any data, so I'm using another key that gives us $5 when you just sign up. So let's say that you already used all your free credits on this account. You can just create another account and get more free credits. All right, so you get $5 of free credits for 3 months. So this should last you a while. All right, so I'm just getting my OpenAI key from my constants, and for obvious reasons, I can't show you that. But now after I got my API key, we just want to create the message with a role as user and our content as our question. And then we just want to go to our model, ChatGPT 3.5. And when it comes out, even 4, you can use whatever model that you'd like. But the higher the model, the more tokens it uses. Just set a temperature. So right now the temperature is at 0. So the temperature is basically how much it's listening to the past like text that's it's given. So if the temperature is 0, it's not going to pay attention to the past questions that you've asked it. But the higher the temperature, the more in depth the answers are based on your past questions. Right. So after we've done that, we just want to return our message. Right. So this is gonna return as a JSON. So that's why I just parsed it and just get the message. All right. So that's about it for get API response. And this is going to be on the documentation, but it's also going to be on the GitHub too. If you just want to copy that and put your API key in. All right. So now we can go back to our speech rec, and now instead of printing our text, we can also print. Once we're done with that, what we want to do is we want to use our we want to import that function, right? So we want to say from our API, which is just that Python file. We just want to import the get API response. So now all we want to do is you just want to get our API response through that text. All right, so we're just going to use that text that we've said, and we want to get this API response. We can just print this out, and hopefully this works. So before this, we're just going to say getting response, so we know that it's getting the response. So let's run this and try it out. What was the score of the last game in the NBA Finals in 2020? All right, so it's getting the response. And I said, what's the score of the last game in the NBA Finals? All right, so now it went to ChatGPT, and it said, I don't have real-time information, and that's why I asked it in 2020, because this model is trained on a model from 2021. So if you say anything before that, it should give you good data. And it says the last game of the NBA Finals in 2020 was played on October 11, 2020, and the Lakers beat the Miami Heat, which is right. I don't know if the score is right, but if you want, we can just check this. Going into this window, just saying what was the score of the 2020 Lakers vs Miami Heat NBA Finals. Right. This is a pretty easy question, but you can see it is 106 to 93, and ChatGPT told us that it was 106 to 93. All right, so that works really good. Now this is all we have, just 11 lines of code. That's our base for our app. Now what we want to do is we want to add a little bit more. We want to maybe put this in a while loop, and we want to also add the Arduino functionality as well. So first, we want to just put this in a while loop, and we just want to say while true. There. All right, and we just want to try to get this data. Right, let's say the audio doesn't work for some reason. All we want to do is we just want to continue, try again. All right. In here, we only want to listen to the audio if, so first we want to listen to the audio, right? And we're only going to listen to audio after that if in this text, I'm just going to make this a lowercase just to make it a little bit better just in case. If the text dot lower, so if let's say junior is in this text dot lower, then only we're going to listen to the response after. So all this is saying is it's going to listen to the audio, right? But it's not going to do anything with that audio unless it recognizes that junior is in that audio. And if it recognizes that junior is in that audio, then it's going to listen to everything after that, and it's only going to send everything after that to ChatGPT, right? And then else, if it's not, we can just pass. Right? Or actually, we don't even need to use the else statement. Right. So that's all that we need for this, and let's see if this works. And by the way, when it says junior, let's just print out junior or speak now. So now we know that junior is listening. All right, so I think it's running right now. So now only if I say, hey, junior, Okay, so it's taking some time. That's probably because it's just waiting till I finish my sentence. Let me just make sure that I got everything right before I try that again. Go back here to the code. Okay, sorry about that. Let's just try this one more time. See if it works. Hey, Junior. Okay. Write me a poem about flowers. Okay, so what's happening is it's just having some trouble when it's trying to see like when I'm done with my sentence, right? Because uh, you notice that we're not checking Junior in real time. We're first listening to it, seeing when the sentence is over, and then when it's over, then we want to send it to the API. So uh, yeah, so I did say I did do everything correctly, but I think it's just having some trouble like recognizing when I've finished my text. And it'll be more smooth when we have a voice, so it actually like you're waiting for it. Maybe let's try this one more time, just see if that works. Hey, Junior, who won the? Oh wait. Okay, I see what I did wrong. So what I did was when I said "Hey, Junior," I didn't say my response immediately. So if you say immediately after you say when it says "Speak now," then only is gonna respond. Just within Alexa. If you say Alexa and then you stop talking, the Alexa's gonna stop. So I think that's what happened here. So let's try that again. Hey, Junior. First, write me a poem about flowers. Oh, hey, Junior. Write me a poem about flowers. Perfect. All right. So it's actually working really well. It's just we have to speak immediately after it's asking us to speak. So this is actually going to write a really nice poem about flowers because it's going to ChatGPT. So that's why it's probably taken a while because yeah, it said a really big poem. So so it looks pretty good. And yeah, so now our ChatGPT with our microphone is working. Now all we need to do is add some voice to this, right, to make it even better. So we can just import subprocess, and in our subprocess, what we want to do is right here, when it says speak now, we're just going to convert this into our subprocess. Call. I think we have to say, and then we put the thing that we want to say, right? And then we can just copy this, put it for getting response, and put it for our API. All right, so sorry about that. So now that we've just finished the sub process, it's going to speak to us. So let's just run this again and see if it works. Hey, Junior. Hey, Junior. Just make sure that I said that right. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's what I did wrong. So you'd actually have to put the text in like a list format, so it works. All right. So I think that's it. Now let's try this. Hey, Junior.
Speak now.
Write me a poem about basketball.
Speak now.
Okay, so it's getting the response. I just instead of putting getting response, I just wrote speak now, but it is getting the response.
The court is alive with the sound of shoes, squeaking and screeching as players choose their moves, their shots, their passes too, all in the name of the game they pursue. The ball is passed from hand to hand, as players run and jump across the land, dribbling and shooting with all their might, in a game that's both fierce and bright. The crowd roars with every score, as players push themselves even more, to win the game and claim the prize. With every move, they mesmerize. The clock ticks down, the tension mounts, as players give it their all. No doubts, the final buzzer sounds, the game is done, and the victors celebrate their battle won. Basketball,
Okay,
a game of skill and grace, where players leave it all on the court to chase the thrill of victory.
Stop that. But yeah, so the poem was actually really nice, and yeah, so it's gone to ChatGPT. It's got a nice poem, and now it's speaking it out to it. So now we can actually see how the Alexa is getting better and better. And we can actually even make this better than ChatGPT, because we can recognize, let's say, if we have time in the uh, in the in the in the audio, right? So let's say I say time, ChatGPT can't get the real time data, but we can just add a separate function, like if it's time, then we just get the time.time, and we just say that to you. So we can even add more functionality to our ChatGPT. All right, so now we got this down. Now we need to do is we need to add our Arduino to this. So we can just import our Pi serial. I forgot to run that command when installing all our libraries, but all we need to do is say pip install Pi serial to install our serial, and we just import it with serial. All right, now what we need to do is we need to get our serial port. So we want to go to Arduino, and I do have some code that's going to it's just going to be like an on and off switch. So just like when you give it 1, it's going to turn on, and when you pass 0, it's going to turn off. So our Python is just going to send this Arduino either 1 or 0 to turn on and off. So as you can see, 13 is that's just the LED on our Arduino. Number 13 just right here, and you can see when it's given 1, it's just going to turn it on with high, and when it's given 0, it's just going to turn it off with low. All right, so this code is going to be on GitHub, so you just want to copy and paste this into a new Arduino, and then you just want to push it by clicking this upload button to our Arduino. And once it's done, you can see the light turns on, and then it turns off. All right, so now the code is in the Arduino, and we can just close this out, and now our Python is all we're just going to use to turn it on or off. So if we want to turn it on, we're just going to send it 1, and if we want to turn it off, we're going to send it 0. So one last thing is you need to make sure that you have the port. So on my port that I'm plugging my Arduino in, and your port is going to be different. So how you find this, you want to open your project, and you just want to go to tools, and you can see your port right here. So I'm on /dev/ cu.usb modem 11401, right? And this could even change. Like if I plug into a different port, it could be 301, right? So you just want to copy that text right here and just put it into your serial. And then now this is really all that we need. So once we've had our serial, now we can write to this Arduino. So we can say Arduino.write, and we can pass, it has to be in bytes. So we can pass it 0 just to start off, right? And then when we want to turn it on, we just put 1. So when it's listening, we want to just turn this on, and then when it's not, then we're just going to turn this off. So that's perfect. Just look at the Arduino to make sure. Hey, Junior.
Speak now.
The light's on, you can see. Yeah.
Getting the response.
Okay, so I already talked to it, so it's probably going to get a really weird response.
Everything clearly. The room is illuminated and all objects and surfaces are visible. Shadows are minimized and colors are more vibrant. The lights also create a sense of warmth and comfort in the space.
All right, perfect. So it actually gave us a response from ChatGPT, and then the light turned off. So now we know that's not listening to us. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and until next time,